Cleopatra was the last ruler of Ptolemaic Egypt. She was of Ptolemaic origin, and members throughout their dynasty refused to speak Egyptian. However, Cleopatra herself spoke Egyptian and actually considered herself the reincarnation of the Egyptian goddess Isis. Cleopatra's mother held the crown, but was supposedly poisoned, giving Cleopatra joint power, with her father at just 14 years old. Her father died shortly after, giving the now 18-year-old Cleopatra and her 10-year-old brother joint power. The first couple of years of their reign were extremely difficult due to both economic issues and natural disasters, and although Cleopatra was married to her younger brother, she refused to share any of the power with him. In August 51 BC, Cleopatra made enemies with her brother Ptolemy by having her face alone appear on coins and dropping his name from any official documents, which went against the tradition of the male having more power than the female. This eventually forced Cleopatra and her sister to flee as Ptolemy became sole ruler. Cleopatra, while in exile, planned to use Julius Caesar's anger towards Ptolemy for her own advantage by becoming his mistress and eventually giving birth to their son Caesarion. This caused Caesar to fully support and encourage Cleopatra's claim to the throne. After Caesar was assassinated, her and her relatives returned to Egypt. Ptolemy was allegedly poisoned by Cleopatra, giving her and her son full power. In 41 BC, Mark Antony summoned Cleopatra to get her support in his war against the Parthians. She in turn seduced him and got him to assassinate her sister to safeguard her and her son's role and power. Her and Antony had several more children and eventually married, and he assured her Alexandria was his home. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship is put into discussion frequently. Their true relationship is examined and whether they were really in love or if Cleopatra had been planning to betray him or would ever betray her husband. Cleopatra's death is heavily questioned still, and it is still a mystery if she was murdered or committed suicide. Some say she applied a poisonous ointment, and it is said elsewhere that she was bitten on the breast by an asp. However, ancient sources agree that she encouraged an Egyptian cobra to bite her, therefore killing herself. Cleopatra in all was a very powerful leader and someone to be feared.